Hey guys, so I'm in my personal vehicle going, well, down the road heading south, coming back from my hometown. So the video that I uploaded was Friday. That was actually recorded Wednesday. I just didn't get around to doing any editing until Friday, and I was hoping to be able to get my line in the water and do a little bit of fishing, but that just didn't happen. It ended up raining. The road over to the lake got flooded out, and the river was kind of busting its edges too, so not a very good time to try to go down to the lake to go fishing, because you get a lot of snakes moving. All the ant nests that got washed out, you know, they're floating. So the fish have been eating ants and a lot of the other bugs. So they're not too terribly hungry when the bank floods its edges like that. So I ended up not going. If I had a boat, it could have been a slightly different story, but it was raining and throwing some lightning every now and then too, so boat and lightning don't mix. I wonder why. So I actually got a few things to talk about in this video. So this video is probably going to be a little bit on the long side. So I got me a cup of coffee, or we'll pretend it's a adult coffee drink. It's actually hot chocolate. It's fall, you know. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, but let me get a drink. Still hot. So it was like Wednesday or Thursday, I don't remember. You know, it's been pretty darn hot here in Texas, and it was just one of those days. Just woke up like normal. Everything was normal. Went outside and was like, oh wow, fall's here. And that's kind of like how it happens here in Texas. One day it's like 90 and 100 degrees, and then boom, it's 70 degrees. So looked at the weather. It's supposed to be, you know, in the 70 degrees for a while, or up in this area it will be about that temperature for a while. But I don't know, we'll be down in South Texas area, probably a little warmer, a little hotter. You know, it's further south. But I'm kind of ready for the colder weather. It's been a hot year, and my damn dog got fleas again. So I'm hoping we get a good freeze to kill off the fleas in the yard, because I really can't spray anything, because well, I live on top of the lake, and so I'm very cautious about using any pesticides that could be run off into the water. I'm just very, very cautious about that. So that's that. And then another bit of news that is actually freaking fantastic. I have not seen it start yet. It probably will start coming this coming week. But I've been in contact with a Swift recruiter, two of them actually, last week. Okay, it was Wednesday when I talked to him, or I talked to Melody out in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name right. She was really awesome. Okay, she was actually a manager over the recruiting, and I was telling her that, you know, some of my YouTube viewers have been having some problems finding, you know, or trying to talk to your recruiter. Even my brother-in-law was having some problems. Okay, and I've heard this from more than one person. So I contacted her and I was like, hey, look, I got this small channel, but it's bringing a lot of you know, guys that are really interested in Swift, but they're not getting their questions answered. And there's only so much I know. So I was like, look, if you guys can just kind of shadow my account. Oh, sorry guys, I was trying to get an itch there. Shadow my account and answer some of these guys' questions. Or is there a way that I can try to, you know, send you guys the pages where they're asking, you know, different questions, and so that way they can be answered? And she was like, oh, definitely. And then she wanted to know what recruiters weren't doing very well. I was like, well, I don't have anybody's name. You know, I don't even know. I know some of y'all's names, but not all of them. So she was like, okay. So then I proposed the idea of me getting somebody that, you know, I can refer, you know, anyone who might want to ask a question. And she was like, that's a great idea. So everybody, I would like you guys to meet Veronica. She's not in the truck with me. Veronica is out of Phoenix, Arizona. Her email and phone number will be at the bottom of all my new videos. If somebody's asking about a recruiter, I'm going to copy and paste the information in there. Okay. I've talked to Veronica now 2 times on the phone, and get this, both times I called, she's answered the phone right away. And it's not like they have caller ID. She didn't know who was calling her. All right, so she wasn't calling me because I was calling her. But she answers her phone really quick. If she's on the other line, you know, she'll answer your phone call and then say, you know, hey, can you please hold for a second? And then, you know, she will get done where she was trying to get done. Or that was the experience I had. She was very thrilled to hear about everything that was kind of going on, and would love to talk to some of you guys. So me and her, we're going to be kind of going back and forth by email. Maybe I could try to answer some of the common questions, or maybe she can, you know, add some content to my channel. I don't know. That's kind of like all uncharted territory, but at the same time, you know, my channel has its own, you know, my channel's not about Swift so much as it's about who I am, you know? Swift is just what I'm doing right now to make the money I need to get to my end goal. So, yeah, anyway, Veronica, though, I was talking to her, she's just freaking awesome. And then the manager that I talked to, Melody, the same thing. And so I'm going to be in contact with her off and on. So if you guys have any, you know, really bad recruiters or whatever, just give Veronica a call, talk to her. She'll get you guys straightened out, and just let her know that you got the information from my YouTube channel. Okay, that's it. That's all you got to do. And she should take care of you guys fantastically. Everybody that has joined Swift and has joined Swift because of my YouTube channel, if you could please give Melody a call and just give her the information and let her know. That way I can try to get the credit from it, because all the other recruiters weren't putting me down as the referral. So, you know, it helps my channel a lot. I would really love to try to get back up. If I can get to where I could bring in an extra $2,000 a month on just referrals or Patreon. And I'm going to make a video talking about Patreon. I don't want to keep always bringing up Patreon. But if I can bring around 2,000, I want to go back OTR. Okay? Some of you guys have missed some of the OTR videos. I missed the OTR life. It is nice being by the house, but you know what? When you go down the same roads all the time, it does get a little boring. So I kind of want to go back OTR. It would be nice. It'd be really nice, actually. So maybe that's something I could do by next year. I don't know. It is 9. Month 9. So, well, not that very many months left of this year. But we'll see. We'll see. Financial goal of this month, we're not even going to be nowhere near close, guys. And ultimately, that's all my fault. It's just flat out my fault. So what I want to try to do is pick a week every now and then. Okay, so it's not going to be. It's going to be a week that I don't know if it's going to be a good week or a bad week. And I'm going to try to do it this week, by the way. Alright, when me and my student get back in the truck. I don't know if it's going to be a good week or a bad week. But every day, I will record video. And it is going to be a 7-day challenge. Okay, I'm thinking of like a new series, kind of. A 7-day challenge of, you know, from payday payday. So we'll start this coming Thursday. Or no, I might start, I don't know. I gotta still figure that out, guys, okay? But I'm gonna calculate out the money I make, okay? And the miles. And that's what we're gonna do. Easiest way to do it would be from Thursday to Thursday, because that's when the paychecks are cut. But today is yesterday was Saturday, so Thursday already kind of passed, but I did take off Wednesday, so I'm at 0 miles, 0 money this week. Yay, nay, it's actually nay, I'm not making any money. So yeah, I might do it this week, but generally speaking, it'll be Thursday to Thursday. Now, just because I'm doing video every day doesn't mean I'm going to be able to get it uploaded every day. I'll try, but I'm not that good when it comes to editing. Can't use the laptop excuse anymore. You know, the laptop is way too slow because the Alienware laptop, which is sitting in the back seat, is super fast on it, okay? Video that would have took me ages on the other laptop that I had takes no time at all on this one. So, and I'm doing almost purely 4K video now, ish. I'm having a problem with my rendering settings on the, yeah, the code C pack is not working right. So I can't get, I'm stuck at 5.1 on the profile level. For those that know some editing, rendering stuff. Sorry, hold on, I gotta fix the camera. There we go. 5.1 on the profile. So it's just causing all kinds of problems because that cuts my resolution and my frame rate. Sorry. I might try to upload it in a different format and then upload that to YouTube, but I don't know if that would be beneficial or not, because then YouTube will do the rendering or re-render the video to change its formatting, and in that second rendition I can lose a lot of data, information, and that could really suffer on the video quality. So I'm working on it. Just know I'm working on it. That's the only thing that matters. I'm working on it. So, alright, we talked about, oh, the truck. I had a dopey duck. Yes, I'm calling you out. You asked me what I want to do with this truck. That car, if you don't like the highway, or driving in rain, he's shipping it over. But here's what I want to do with the truck. There's a lot of upgrades. I would love to change out the interior from this fabric, guys, to like a leather. Okay, I love leather, but I don't want to do it like that plushy, you know, car leather. I want to do like a country style saddle, you know, leather. Okay, that's what I like. Shoot, I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart. Headliner. Thank you. Oh my god. Somebody just said headliner in my head. Headliner I want to, you know, replace all that out. It looks perfect, okay? There's no damage up there. I don't use my visors, nothing. But I'd like to replace that headliner and put in a, do like a plaster and paint. Because I've seen it to where, you know, they just gloss over it, make it real smooth looking, real nice. And I'd love to do something like that. But before I do that, I want to run some wires up there. And that way it's behind that wiring, or behind that work, with Bondo and all that. Or maybe even a putting a panel up there instead and figuring out how to mount it. So that way if I want to add, you know, speakers, this, that, or whatever, there's already some wires, you know, wiring up there. Maybe some, you know, LED lighting for, you know, color effects. You know, I just kind of want to pre-run some things like that just before I do much of the interior. But between those few things, there's not a terrible lot that I want to do in the interior. Most of it is all mechanical. So, you know, I already got a single mass clutch. Single mass flywheel, 2-disc clutch from Valair, I think it's pronounced. He's a friend of mine down in Texas, south of Fort Worth. I'll put his information down below. Makes excellent clutches, guys. I even had him put the clutch in. He makes them there. He has a whole test bench where he tests them, this, that, bearings. Dude, it was freaking awesome. I went over there. They dropped my transmission right there on their shop floor, right next to all the production equipment, and they changed out my clutch. I mean, what better can you get than the manufacturer changing out your clutch? You can't. And I've had this clutch now for a while, a long while, and I absolutely love it. Gear rollover is really not an issue. It's their whisper. Did not get the ceramic compound. I got the organic one. So it feels real nice. The upgraded hydraulics, real nice. Yeah, so highly recommend, you know, that clutch system. And then the other thing I've done to this truck is, of course, I got all the electronics on it, you know, to control some of the fuel. But I want to change out how the fuel system works. I want to remove the lift pump, put a mechanical pump on the front balancer or the crank of the motor. I want to hook up the tank that I have in the bed of the truck. I'll run a whole secondary fuel system on the truck and plumb all that up. Alright, and basically wire the one tank up as if, you know, I'm driving up in Alaska. What's funny is I actually have to buy a lot of the parts from Alaska to be able to do it, because you can't buy the parts down here. It's kind of hard to find all the parts you want, but up there it's easy. That, or, you know, northern part of Canada. The reason why I'm saying all that is because I want to convert this truck to run on waste vegetable oil. Yes, waste vegetable oil, not biodiesel. I won't be converting this truck to run on biodiesel, because there's very little to zero conversion you got to do to run it on biodiesel, but you got to convert the oil. I don't want that. I want to have a truck that I could roll up to a Sonic, drop a hose, and be good to go. Now, I got some people out there that might be watching my channel saying, oh, you can't do that. Well, you know what? I did it with a 1997 Ford F350 Power Stroke. That was a nice truck. I ended up selling it. I had a guy who offered me too much money for it. I thought he was joking. He wasn't joking. He bought it. But that truck, you know, had a twin tank setup. I did some work on it, and that thing was running on waste vegetable oil. I need a new windshield wiper. Was running on vegetable oil, and he was like, he just couldn't believe it. I mean, his mind was completely blown. And I had that truck going back all the way to when I owned a company called Easy Recycle, EASY Recycle. We did a lot of electronic recycling, but we moved into doing batteries and oils. Oils kind of just happened because I, collected oil for my truck, but then I found people that wanted to buy other oils, from like motor oil for recycling purposes. They would convert it. It would go through this plant that they had, and they would remake oil, bottle it, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, I'm not in that business anymore. If you guys want to know the story about all of that, post in the comments, and I'll tell you the story one day. It's actually a sad story. I learned a lot. I made some really big mistakes, okay? But that's why I want to restart my business, and the reason why I'm here at Swift. Anyway, so I had the truck way back then. When I was at that, business, I ended up needing a bigger truck that could haul more than that single tire truck could. So I upgraded to this Dodge Ram, which is 6 tires versus that truck that only had 4. And then this truck could haul more than that truck could. Better, a lot better actually. Just due to the horsepower this has versus what that had. And I just never got around to converting this truck. Although I have run a 50-50 mix of diesel and veggie in this, and it does run. It does run. The question is, does it run consistently enough for a full, for a good test? I don't know yet. I've not drove it that much like that, so don't do it. I don't want nobody to do anything to their truck that I can't say I know for a fact is fun. Because if this truck breaks, I don't take it to a mechanic. A mechanic would look at this truck and laugh. I'm what you call a backyard mechanic. Maybe a little bit better than a backyard mechanic. I can actually work on cars pretty darn well. I'm not a certified tech. I could probably become certified if I wanted to. But I don't like working on cars all day, every day. I like to work on a vehicle, tinker with it, do something cool with it, and then be done with it. Yeah, so that's probably part of why I want to get back into owning a mechanic shop, which I did own a mechanic shop. Well, 50% ownership. I've been trying to get him to go back into it, saying, hey, I can bankroll it, but he doesn't want to do that right now. So chances are, whenever I can get around to affording it, I'll hire a mechanic, and I'll just bankroll it myself and own a mechanic shop solely. But anyway, that's getting to a bunch of detail that this video is not really supposed to be about. Well, I guess this is just like a drive along, ride along, vlog, something. So a lot of different topics in here. I'm not even sure what I'm going to name this video. Alright, so I'm trying to think of everything. I think that's going to be most of everything I really kind of want to talk about this video. There's a few other subjects, but I don't want them to just be in this video because they could be kind of time consuming. And then on the bottom of the or in the description, you probably already saw it, I will post a cheat sheet, timesheet, so you can jump to the part of the video where you can hear the subject matter you might want to hear, because this video is going to be long. Like I said, too, there was a lot of subject matter in here. I'm going to record a intro that will say that. Anyway, getting besides the point. Well, let's talk about driving in rain for a second. So, driving in rain. I understand why some people might want to slow down. But if you want to slow down, move to the right. Okay? Don't be slow in the center or left lane. That's one. Two, in the rain, do you really have to slow down? Yes and no. It depends on how bad the road is, and your driving ability is A number one. Okay, now we got driving ability is A number one. Do you use cruise control or don't you use cruise control? Again, driving ability, A number one. And you got to know the vehicle you're driving. Now, in some conditions, I absolutely will not use cruise control because it is not safe to do so. In conditions that I will use cruise control, in conditions that we see right here. The reason being, if you look at the ground, there's no real water sitting on top of it, okay? And when you see a car go by, you see that, yeah, there's road mist, but he's getting down to spare pavement, okay? Now, if we're going down road that was more of glass looking, okay, and it was not so rough, and you were going through puddles a lot, I would not have cruise control on, okay? Because, see, like right over there, I would probably take cruise control off because there's some puddles, and that could be a little dangerous with cruise control. But here's the most important thing. With ice, snow, or rain, don't freak out. That is the most important thing when driving. You know, you might hydroplane, okay? That's fine. Okay, this road was marked really funny. I was looking at that yellow line and I saw that white. Yeah, that was kind of confusing. Anyway, don't freak out. If you freak out, that is when you're going to have an accident. If you hydroplane, you hydroplane. Remember, you know, laws of physics. What's in motion wants to stay in motion. So if you're going straight, your vehicle's going to want to go straight. Alright? It's not going to want to just like flip on its side, go upside down, or do something crazy. It's going to want to go straight. So don't freak out, and you're fine. Okay? When you're on ice, okay, in a car versus a semi-truck. Semi-truck, you're actually a lot safer, but we're not even going to go there. We're just going to talk about driving on ice. Either a car or a truck, doesn't matter. If you freak out and you jerk the wheel, or you freak out and you hit the gas, or you freak out and you hit the brake, you are ultimately always going to crash. If you stay calm, cool, and collected and go, okay, you're sliding. Okay, that's no big deal. Small movements on the steering, let off the gas, and all you're trying to do is get your wheels to start turning again. Okay? When your wheels are turning at the same speed that you're going, then you have good traction. It's when your wheels are going faster than the speed that you're traveling. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that is where you don't have traction, or your traction is, forget it, it's gone. Okay? So you want to slowly bring that vehicle down in speed. Slowly. And don't jerk the wheel. And you just try to skate off the ice and get back to pavement. Okay, that's it. Don't freak. If you hydroplane, you're already on top of the water. Hitting the brakes, turning the wheel real sharp, and freaking out is only going to make the situation worse. Your best bet, relax. The hydroplane only lasts for a few seconds. You're going to get to the other side of it and you're going to hit pavement, unless you're trying to drive across a freaking lake. If you're trying to drive across a lake, then I think you got bigger problems than a puddle, okay? Or losing control. You already lost control. That's why you're hydroplaning across a lake. But if you're not hydroplaning across a lake and it's just a puddle on the ground, by the time you even realize that you're hydroplaning, you're probably coming off of it. It's what you do in that split second is the reason why people crash. So stay calm, cool, and collect. That's it. And the other thing to help prevent a hydroplane or sliding on ice is making sure you have proper tires, okay? If your tires are bald, you're shooting yourself in the foot with a 12-gauge shotgun trying to say, you know, you're a liberal, okay? Well, actually, no, a liberal probably would shoot his foot with a 12-gauge shotgun. Anyway, that's a topic for another whole story, okay? But if you don't have good tires, get your tires changed, all right? I understand everybody wants to run their tires down to the absolute lowest if they can because they're expensive. But look at it like this. The same thing I tell my students when it comes to speeding or just driving too fast, okay? Beyond their skill level. That few extra bucks you're gonna save or make if you're driving for money, is it really worth taking a chance at totaling your car or truck or whatever it is? Not really. So just change your tires, guys. Or change your tires, keep those old tires, and when summer comes around, throw those tires back on, do some drifting, or burn up those tires by, you know, doing some Need for Speed in a parking lot that you own, or something like that, okay? You don't try to use a bald tire on snow and ice, or, you know, during the rainy season of wherever you happen to live. Just my opinion, okay? Especially coming from somebody that drives 10,000 plus miles a month on average. So, just my opinion. My truck does about 20. Well, if I get a good student. I'm talking about students. I don't know if this student's gonna end up staying in my truck. We went home for this first week, which is something I generally do because I do live close to home, or close to where I'm working. So the first week after the student gets his 50, I like to either go home, go to the beach, go do something, take a couple days to relax. After that, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, it all depends, I like to go pretty hard. And when I mean pretty hard is we go out and we don't stop until your hours are done. This student had called me last night actually, saying that he wants to go home every week. So, and spend 2 to 3 days at home. I understand where he's coming from. He wants to see his kid and this and that and everything else. But you know what? I'm not gonna go home for 3 days. I mean, we're always gonna have hours, or we can recap, or doing a rolling 34 or something. I can't afford to just go home for 3 days. I'd rather get your training done, so when you go home and do whatever the hell you want to do. Not you go home and then I'm trying to get you back out of the house 3 days later and you're showing up late and everything else. One of the reasons why I really don't like allowing the students to go home, because they tend to want to go home and then they don't want to leave. And you know, I think I might just start saying, look, if you don't get back to the truck on time or within a reasonable time when you know you should be there, I don't know if I'm gonna stay anymore. I had one guy, I had to wait like 6 hours, 6-7 hours, and yeah, I'm not even gonna go there with that guy. But it was not cool. It was not cool. So I'm actually getting pretty close to Swift over here. If you're going to the Lancaster location on 35, just remember the exit number you need is 417. Doesn't matter which direction you're coming in, 417. So yeah, it's an easy one to get to. Damn, I didn't think I'd be talking to you guys this long. I thought this video would have ended by now, but every time I think about ending it, something else pops up. Oh, hey, let me know if this is something that you guys like to see or want to see. Because if it's not a video you guys want to see, or no, sorry, I'm doing that one wrong. If the longer video format is too long and you guys don't want to watch me, you know, jibber jabber for an hour, let me know. Because if you guys don't help give me some ideas you guys would like to see or not see, then I'm kind of like shooting in the dark sometimes. And shooting in the dark in some situations is fun, other situations it's not so fun. So let me know. You guys have been crying for some more backing up videos. This week I'm going to be teaming with my student, so I'm going to be making a bunch of backup videos along with my weekly, you know, goal for this week, which is going to be terrible because I've already missed several days of this paycheck, yada yada yada. So I'm going to get you guys a lot of backup videos, hopefully on clearer days. And I completely lost my one camera, guys. I'm gonna relook in the truck, but I've lost one camera. Dun dun dun. I think I forgot it. I don't know. I don't know where I forgot it. But I looked at the house, I looked at my truck, I looked at another vehicle I own, and I looked at a different vehicle I own, which I know I didn't drive on the day that I went home with it last. And I looked in the semi-truck. Zero idea where I put it. I just had an idea of where it might be. I'll look there. But hopefully it is where I think it could be. Because if not, you know, on the backup videos, you guys might be primarily stuck with the GoPro footage, which is not exactly bad, but it does kind of limit the type of footage I can do or not do. But talking with the GoPro footage, I got a lot of ideas coming up with it that I think is going to be freaking cool. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Trying to say, I think that's everything I want to talk about. Man, this hot chocolate, or I mean coffee, is really hitting the spot. It's nice. It's hot, but you know, not real hot. Oh yeah. You know, there's just nothing that beats on a cold day drinking hot coffee, hot chocolate, or hot tea than drinking one of those three hot things on a cold day. Well, actually, I'll probably change that. Drinking something like that on a cold day when it's snowing or raining like this right here. You're on a porch reading a book with like a fire pit nearby, and you could do like an open top one, or like those little I forget what they're called, but they're real popular down here in Mexico. It's somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Has like a little chimney on it. Anyway, something like that, you know, with the fire going, you're sitting by it, your feet are nice and warm. Oh, hell yeah. You can't beat that. And when I was OTR, one thing I loved to do was I would take my phone, and even when I was driving, I would set the phone up with the like 5 hours of fire, you know, on YouTube, you know, where the fire is burning, and put it up to the sound system and turn it up to about the same sound level that it would be if I was in a room with a fireplace. Have the heat on, the window cracked a little bit so you get some of that cold air draft. You got that heat from the truck or from the fire. And guys, I'm telling you, you want to get warmed by the soul, you know, like deep down, just warm and good feeling. And that's how you do it. Especially when you're pulled over, you make yourself some nice soup, got a nice hot drink, it's snowing outside, and you're sitting on a freaking mountain. Yeah, I've been there. I want to do that again. And that's why I want to go back to OTR. There's a lot of things about OTR I loved. There's some things about OTR I didn't like, but generally speaking, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Dedicated has its benefits, but man, it can be monotonous. I think I pronounced that wrong. Oh, for some of those that might be wondering, that legal battle that I was really kind of stressing about it again. So I contacted one department of Texas, and they're like, well, it's out of their hands. I disagree with that. I don't think it is out of their hands. I just think the guy doesn't want to touch it with the 10-foot pole. I don't think this is the right exit, guys. We shall see. Anyway, I swear it was 17. I might be thinking of the repo company. I'm thinking of the repo company. Damn it. Because there's a repo company right over here I used to work for, and this was the exit that we always took. Anyway, so stressing about that again. I'm waiting for one office to get back with me. A different department of Texas. They sent me an email late last week saying, you know, thank you for the documents. We received them. They're gonna do some research and look into it. That might be a no-go. Personally, I have no idea. But depending how it all ends, you know, I might put the company out on blast, because I honestly believe it's their fault. All out, it's their fault. But will state of Texas help the little guy, or are they just gonna sit there and, you know, be like, oh well, we want to help the big company, the big corporation, because they pay us all this money? I don't know. I would hope that they would do the right thing. Yeah, see, this is the exit right here that you would take to go to that repo company I worked for. Well, not exit, but you would turn right here. Right over there, down that road. On the right-hand side is the repo company. But I think it's that way. Oh my God, I am losing my mind, y'all. I am losing my mind. So it's 418. Anyway. Think. What exit number is this? So I might put them on blast. I might not. I don't know. The whole situation just has me upset. It should have never come to this situation, and I am driving way too fast. Whoops. It should have never come to this, you know, situation, but it has. And they've been calling me. The attorney has been trying to strong arm me, has been verbally abusive with me. When I say verbally abusive, it's actually threatening. Trying to say, if you don't, you know, comply with our demands now, I'm going to try to sue you for all this and this and this and this and this and this. Which I honestly don't think he can. I think he's just trying to get it to go away, have me, you know, withdraw, you know, the state's. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going through their head. But whatever it is, they're being pretty crappy about it. Oh crap, guys, I really forgot to use my blinker. Oh man, that was actually embarrassing. I was just, don't ever get occupied with something that you're thinking about. And I just got really preoccupied thinking about that. It looks like an accident just occurred over there. Because like I said, that is something that is super stressing me out. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about it right now, so I just need to try to forget about it. Oh, my brother-in-law might not be going to school this week. He decided to try to get his permit on his own since he was already more than halfway there. So this coming Monday, he's going to go down to DMV, try to get his permit done. And then after that, he's going to go to Swift, because getting his permit ahead of time, he'd be able to save 1 week without having to go through the permit class of the school. So he should be able to upgrade quicker. If you can afford to get your permit first, I might recommend that, because you get through school a little bit quicker. And if you're a fast learner, you know, reading the book yourself might be the better route to go. But you got to make sure you read all of it. There's things in different sections that they're going to quiz you on, and you got to know the book. I actually had one of the books at the house. We could actually go through it chapter by chapter one day. I might do that. You know, to kind of tell you guys easy ways to remember or learn something. Damn it, I forgot to use my blinker again. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's really, really embarrassing. And I was just about to turn my blinker to turn into the truck section. I can't turn there because I'm in a truck, but the wrong kind of truck. Why is his toolbox open? I'm gonna go over there and make sure no one's breaking his stuff. I'm just gonna drive by and see if it looks normal-ish. If it don't look normal-ish, well, I might still go inside and say something to somebody. But if he gets up and starts running, then I'm gonna start running after him too. Because nobody should just get up and start running when you roll up on them. No, there's nobody there. Them toolboxes should not be open like that, y'all. So I am going to let you guys go from here. I'm gonna go get somebody to figure out something with that truck. I would hate to find out it just got robbed. So thank you for watching. Please comment, like, rate, subscribe. I got content coming to you guys all the time, as much as I can, and as fresh of a content as I can get you guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, rate, and subscribe.